When people think of Back to the Future, there's a lot of things that could be running through your mind, like Michael J. Fox, the DeLorean, the fire tracks, Doc Brown, or Leah Thompson, or the greatest character of the franchise, Einstein, the dog that goes to the future. But for me, it's different. The thing that I always think of first is the power of love. When we think of movies, a lot of the time we don't really think about the song that's attached to them, with only a few cases like Guardians of the Galaxy where everyone knows that soundtrack is one of the things that people always remember, or movies that are based around the 80s and has that iconic soundtrack with every song from the 80s. But do you ever think of those songs with the scene, and how that is a great movie moment? Well, I do. And that is one of the things that I always recognize in movies, and especially in Back to the Future. But most movies that take place back in time, we always think they're dated because either the song choice or the way it looks, but Back to the Future never has those moments because the songs are correctly chosen. So to prove this point, I'm going to go by certain songs throughout the whole movie. So the first example I have is when you go back to the end of the film, for the Enchantment Under the Sea dance, when they first play Earth Angel.
Earth angel, will you be mine?
What this song does for the movie, it proves what time it is in, and the movie puts the whole time zone with that song when it first came out, and therefore not feeling dated because he is going back, and that part of the movie is technically a period piece, so you can understand why that song would be playing during that dance. In the other part of the dance, we see Marty playing Johnny Be Good.
Way down in Louisiana, down in New Orleans, way back up in the woods among the evergreens.
And right before he starts to play the song, he says this is a timeless classic, but it's old for him, but new for the people he's playing it to. And the song, in our world, is still well-known and a well-known classic. So the song never feels dated in general. So when the whole scene is surrounded by that song and Marty playing it, even being old for the current time zone it is in, which makes both of those song choices different, new, and unique for people that currently watch it here in 2020. One of the hardest things to do in movies is choosing a song that fits with the mood of the movie. Because some people just like to do a simple score, and some people actually like to put certain songs for every mood they're in. But Back to the Future does it perfectly in this one scene. And that scene is Mr. Sandman by the 4 Acres. Because this song is one of the best mood places for the movie, it's because we see Marty sing his new world, which is technically Back to the Future. And he's singing it for the first time, and multiple times he looks like he's daydreaming. He wakes up and he's like, where am I? Oh, am I dreaming? Or I hit my head? Or something like that. We're seeing the world through his eyes. And he thinks he's dreaming, so this puts the mood that he's in with the song, even with dialogue that has been said already, fits perfectly for the movie and something that is very unique, and we barely see this used in film. The last songs I would like to bring up are the 2 hype songs in the movie, the ones that will get you going for the adventure, or you're about to leave the theater and you're like, yeah, it's a good song, we'll look that up and listen to it. Which is something that most movies do now in 2020, and they have that nice ending song. So in the very beginning of the movie, we get introduced to the first hype song, The Power of Love. It does more than just be a catchy song, because love is a very, very important motif that comes through the movie. First of all, we're getting the song, and we learn how important music is in the Back to the Future. Every time we see Marty on a skateboard, he always has his little music device and listens to music constantly. So we are instantly introduced of how he loves music, even playing guitars and wanting to have this dream. So we have this amazing song playing The Power of Love, which has a connection to later on in the film. We see him going around town, we see everything, and the song is used as a plot device. We also see in a certain scene where he's talking to Jennifer on a bench and they're talking, the song doesn't completely go away. It is still playing lightly in the background, and both of their characters are in love with each other, so it fits beautifully.
She's just trying to keep you respectable.
Well, she's not doing a very good job.
Terrible.
Save the clock.
But even later on in the film, the whole thing of getting his parents together is love, and that power of it, and plus how Marty wants to get back to his own time, is the love that he has for Jennifer. But the last song I want to bring up is Back in Time. It is the perfect ending for the movie because the lyrics line up with the whole movie. If you look at the lyrics, they perfectly explain what the whole movie is about and how he's happy to be home, which is crazy that this movie did this during this time because it is something that's very forward thinking. And if you love Back to the Future, then you can listen to this song and it'll always, always be remembered for that reason.
Tell me, doctor, where are we going this time? Is this the 50s or 1999? All I wanted to do was play my guitar and sing.
But anyways, I love music. I love movies. And one of the ones that always gets brought up in my head is Back to the Future, purely for the power of love. But when going through this movie, I realized there's a lot more songs to be recognized with the film. And that is something that should be applauded and something that should be recognized in every film. But anyways, if you don't agree with me, that's fine. But there's one thing that we can all agree on. Back to the Future is about the power of love.